The year was 2E 430, when Severian Korak, the last of the Akaviri potentate, and his bloodline were cruelly extinguished. Axes dripped with royal blood, and with it, the end of the Second Empire was declared. The ruby throne of the imperial city, known to have ruled the entire continent of Tamriel, was left desolate, and with it began an epoch of darkness aptly christened the Interregnum. Amid the pandemonium, the great province of Tamriel was elbowed into an upheaval like no other. Without a reigning potentate to uphold order and peace, it was not long before a shroud of lawlessness cloaked the corners of the continent. Each region, like a wolf eyeing its prey, began to yearn for the luxurious seat, their eyes gleaming greedily at the prospect of assuming control of the coveted ruby throne. Driven by ambitions fueled by the sight of an empty throne, parochial rulers waged relentless wars against each other to assert their dominance. Yet within this pandemonium, the unseen puppeteer drew its strings. The shadow of schemes, an ominous and malevolent presence, thickened the air of chaos. Shadows did not just lurk in the dark corners anymore. They danced with glee in broad daylight, mingling with the fears and anguish of a leaderless realm. The sinister whispers of this unknown force began to stretch through every corner, like vines wrapping around all of Tamriel. Tamriel, in such a trying time, stood at the precipice of uncertainty, where fear dared not breathe and hope refused to kindle a spark. It was amidst this turmoil, within the deafening silence of unease and the eerie hum of waiting, that our chronicle unfurls, a chronicle that would leave deep, indelible imprints on both scrolls and hearts, the remorseful tale of a realm's fall into uncertainty and its desperate struggle to rise from its ashes. The Interregnum had begun. As years dwindled into a bleak eternity, the provinces within the realm of Tamriel continued to grow wide apart, cleaving crevices of mistrust and tension. In midst of this chaos, three dominating alliances emerged, each harboring a burning ambition to don the crown of the imperial city. The first was the Aldmeri Dominion, a harmonious congregation of wood elves, high elves, and the feline Khajiit, who held high the principles of order and tradition. Then stood the Daggerfall Covenant, an alliance cemented by the steely determination of Orcs, Bretons, and Redguards, united in their resolve to restore the Empire to its former glory. Lastly, came the Ebonheart Pact, a group bound by the history of their bitter wars and survival, consisting of Nords, Dunmer, and Argonians stubbornly fighting for their collective freedom. Amidst the ragged crisscross of alliances and incessant clamor for power, rose a figure wrapped in a chilling enigma. Manamarco emerged from the shadows, a powerful necromancer with silver-tongued ulterior motives. He claimed to work diligently towards ceasing the dreaded Interregnum, promising golden dreams of restoration, but he spun a web woven with treachery under the difficult times. As the three alliances battled each other heedlessly, none paid mind to the ominous silhouette that was steadily growing stronger in the heart of the chaos. Engulfed in their fierce rivalries and the unquenchable thirst for dominion, they remained blind to the lurking peril personified by Manamarco. The alliances, in their relentless pursuit of power, made choices, the weight of which unknowingly burdened their existence. Decisions that seemed inconsequential then were setting the stage for possibilities they couldn't fathom, the unprecedented doom that was about to unveil itself. The chessboard was laid. The game was set amidst the Interregnum, waiting for the dread pieces to move. While the mortal realm grappled with its own disquiet, a far more sinister menace reared its head, heralding the dreaded Planemeld. Orchestrated by the nefarious Manamarco, this horrific event bore the chaotic merging of the realms of Oblivion and Nirn, stitching together a possibility that would shred the very fabric of existence. In the face of this apocalyptic veracity, a beacon of hope emerged from the ashes. History remembers him as the Vestige, the unsung hero who defied the odds. Rising against the haunting shadows of fear, the Vestige bravely challenged and defeated Manamarco and Molagbal, tearing apart the malevolent wraith of the Planemeld. The immediate supernatural threat had been vanquished, offering the continent a brief respite to nurse its wounds. Yet, the quest for power and its bloody engagements refused to cease. The whispers of events set in the times of the Interregnum echoed through the eras, the threads of power woven tightly into grudges and alliances that resonated for ages. It was only until Tiber Septim claimed the coveted ruby throne that the echoes finally dulled, signifying the commencement of the Third Era. Those in power henceforth would remember the history of the Interregnum as a poignant lesson on the dangerous perils released when unity is abandoned. The forsaken ruby throne, the splintered alliances, and the dark menace of the Planimeld served as chilling reminders of the lurking abyss waiting to swallow a divided land. The specter of the Interregnum, thus, stood as a morose testament to the implications of division and the grim shadows that forever haunt the never-ending quest for power.